It's day 78, and I weighed in. I lifted. We're kind of back to the traditional video style format right now. Um, Everything is going relatively well. I weighed myself. We're going to talk about how much I weighed, how much I weigh now, what I'm trying to lose per week now for the next couple weeks as my wife's away and I have a bit more time to kind of go Spartan mode and kind of really push the envelope a little bit, especially after this month has been pretty slow and pretty unimpressive, let's say. Let's first look at my weight now. I feel pretty good. My sleep has been terrible, but I'm like kind of catching up with it. My cat is super pissed my wife is gone, so he keeps crying in the night and making me comfort him, which he's really just tormenting me, to be fair, but I am a sucker and I get up every time. So that is genuinely negatively affecting my sleep, but you get a cat. My rule is if you're responsible for something being alive, it is your responsibility to treat it well and make it happy. Do you hear that? That was my cat. Remus. Um, so I spoil the shit out of my cat. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? He's too happy. Like I don't know. Um, I'm very affectionate towards animals. I have a very deep affection for animals. All right, doesn't matter. Let's go straight to this. Let me pull up my weight. We're gonna get right into that. Control, dear Lord. Gotta remember how computers work. Control F. Here. All right, Ramy, buddy. I hear you. I hear you, buddy, but not right now. Uh, he's meowing so loud. Oh my God, Barney is still here in the corner. Let me move Barney. It's from a stream, all right, but I refuse to get rid of it. So, buddy, I'm sorry. Um, so this is a bit of a cluster fuck. So just give me a second to kind of break it down. I just had to fucking stop the video and go kiss my cat. All right, I know this is a clusterfuck, but effectively, April 7th, like a little over a month ago, right? A little over a month ago, I was 211. Then I fluctuated for a few weeks. You can tell here that the fluctuation is always between like 4 to 7 pounds. Now, I'm always very apprehensive about these numbers because I really don't trust my scale, and at this point, I may just be being neurotic. I have it. The reason it's always jammed up against this like collection of Blu-rays is because it's the flattest portion of my living room. It's the flattest portion of my living room, and I know that's like where you want the scale the hardest, like most even terrain. I am like this close to buying another digital scale, even though it'll probably give me the same kind of results as this. But then at least I'll be able to get over the neurotic feeling that this scale is always wrong. Because then I can go, well, this scale is the new baseline. I trust it, even if it's wrong. So long as it's consistently wrong, that's fine. Whereas this scale, I feel like is always jumping. But again, I don't know. I don't know. I might do that. I might not, especially now that I want to weigh myself every day. I might have no choice but to do that just for my own sake. Oh my God. I inhaled a bunch of my cat's hair. So I'm always swinging between the same like 6 pounds, and that persists. On April 28th, I was 208. Granted, that was a while ago. I cannot believe how long it's been since I've weighed myself. I'm looking right now at a calendar. It's been 3 weeks since I weighed myself, which is fucking nuts, especially considering this is a weight loss series. It's kind of funny that I'm just neglecting the thing that matters the most, but it is what it is. Remus, buddy. Dear God. So 214, I'm going to assume this is correct within a few pounds. Maybe I'm 212. That's kind of how I feel. Clothing all fitting the way they were before. Body feels as light as it did before. I still feel very good. You'll see at the gym, shit was heavy for me today, but I was able to get through it. I definitely could feel that it's been a long time since I've done a real hard, like a real proper lift. For those that are new or just joining or watch my videos sporadically, there was a week and a half period of time where all my lifts went basically near to zero because I had hurt my back just a little bit, just tweaked it, and I wanted to take it easy. And then I just didn't have time to lift for a week as I started a new job. So this is the first lift today where I'm really back to form, back to doing everything I was doing before. And I felt it, it felt good, but I felt like I got hammered from it. Especially I did volume deadlifts today, which I always run through and it annihilates my body. But anyway, 214 right now, according to this. Is that correct? Maybe. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say maybe I'm 210 to 214. That sounds correct to me. Does it bother me that this would imply there's like a month of stagnation in here? Buddy, I hear you. Do you hear that? Hold on, maybe I could get him. Explain. Explain to the people that you're making so I can't make a video. Explain. Now he's right here. His butt's in my face. All right. So I'm not too annoyed about like stagnation. I know myself. I could have like completely gone nuts and like stopped making videos, got super fat. I feel very happy with what I've managed to eke out during this period. It's very hard for me to feel down about this. I have full faith I'm going to blast through the next 14 pounds. We'll see if I'm correct, but I have full faith that I'm going to be to 200 or below very quickly. Let's see. We'll go over more, why I feel that way and what I'm doing diet and exercise-wise. Needless to say, I think that the amount of steps I'm having every day now will be a large contributor. I was probably getting like 2,000 steps a day, and then randomly I would have 1 or 2 days in a month where I would have like 25,000 steps. That was kind of what my work environment was. Now it'll be closer to like 10,000 steps almost every day or every other day. That does have a dramatic impact on things, in my opinion, or in the opinion of how the body works. But let's play this out. Again, I'm okay with this weight where I'm at, so yeah, I've got no complaints about it. Oh, let me move myself here. I'm a little rusty with like actually making a video the right way, so I'm kind of all over the place, and I'm feeling a little unnerved. Also, my cat yelling at me in the background is not helping. It's stressing me the fuck out. So these were 95 pounds. It felt super heavy. I knew it was going to feel super heavy. The gym, by the way, today was packed. No idea why. Is it a holiday? I don't know. I'm not even going to look it up. But these overhead presses felt very heavy. And I feel like 95 pounds is heavy for an overhead press. I mean, give me a break here. But we got through them, and I decided to drop down to 85 just because I felt like I was so unstable. It just felt stupid. If something's unstable enough, I just feel dumb even trying. I don't like the way it feels. I anticipated the weight going down, so this is not like a shock to me at all to have dropped down to 85. I think I had gotten this to like 100 a few weeks ago. Remus. Yeah, my cat is such a baby. And he's not a baby. He's like 6 years old. I know, buddy. I know. He wants me to go over there and scratch his butt. Jesus Christ. Everybody's out for my goddamn blood today. Another overhead press. Frankly, I was surprised I got 3 sets of these in. I hear you, buddy. Dude. It's not easy. It's not easy with this cat. Ramy. He's such a baby. He knows it affects me so much. Yeah, like the upward struggle, as brutal as it looks, like it doesn't feel like I'm about to drop it, I'm just struggling to get the weight up, but it doesn't feel like, oh no, I'm going to, decapitate myself. I don't feel that way. The only time I felt that way while doing the overhead press was when the guy with the little vacuum who cleans the gym came and like went on the pad I was lifting on while I was lifting the weight. I was like, that's really cool. I think that's really cool. I think you should do that. I think that when someone's got 100 pounds on top of their own head, I think that you should get near their ankles with a vacuum. I think that's really smart. But I'll leave it there. I don't want to get too upset. Here he is. I loved this. This I really appreciated. This fucking guy. Maybe I'm sensitive, but you know what? So what? Oh my goodness. Buddy, the people can hear you crying. Quit your crying, buddy. I gotta finish the video. Alright? I love you, bud. Come in if you want. He'll do this thing where he won't come into the room you're in. He wants you to come out and bring him in or stay out. He's out of control, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not even talking about the list. Look, man, my life has been pretty crazy recently, so just give me a break on this. Deadlifts, it's funny, in my little journal, I wrote deadlifts 3x10, 185, and then I wrote in parentheses slow. And then I got to the gym and I, of course, just like threw the weight as violently as I could without thinking about form whatsoever. What do you want from me, dude? On the one hand, yeah, I want to do the form as good as possible, but on the other hand, it's like, shut up. Shut up and stop talking about my form. I don't give a shit. Shut up. Don't you love the duality? One of the things I like about making these YouTube videos is kind of being like, I'll take it. I'll take the advice, but I'm like really not that type of person whatsoever. I'd rather just rip my spine in half and figure it out on my own. But I do appreciate the advice. I just, there's a duality inside me. Okay, we all have multitudes. All right. Ripping these deadlifts, just flying, getting myself utterly exhausted. The weight was way heavier than I wanted it to be in terms of like, I felt a little weird because I didn't have like the locks on the side, so the weights were like slowly skating off the sides of the bar, which pisses me off, but it is what it is. It was driving me nuts. I didn't feel like doing an Easter egg hunt with 60 people in the gym looking for little things on the side of the deadlift, but I would like to go slower. I should go slower. I'm out of control with these deadlifts. Okay. What am I doing? Taking a deep breath. Yeah, these are like a blitzkrieg, doing these reps. I do like a minute in between each set. I feel like I could go to the gym and just do this and I'm good for the day. Obviously, if I do this more frequently, I won't feel that way, but these felt good. Played with the grip a lot, did a double overhand, did switch grip, jumped around with it. Most importantly, it was kind of a test on how my back feels. Did not feel shit in my back, so that's great. It means my back is really feeling much better. Oh, look, you see this little thing up here? I just realized it's there. That's great. Very nice. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I just bang these out. It feels good. I love deadlifts, man. I love them so much. I hate setting them up and breaking them down. I mean, truly, I loathe setting and breaking down deadlifts. I hate it. But I refuse to leave anything on the bar because it just seems like such a little, like, bitch move to leave something on the bar. It pisses me off so much when people do that. I mean, I'm not like a rat or a narc, I don't rat on anyone. I refuse to be a rat no matter how much someone deserves it. But, like, there are things that just throw me into an absolute fit of rage. And it's and the older I get, the more I realize it's most things, actually. Bring Barney back over here. These curls immediately felt great. Like, I immediately felt them in my biceps, my entire bicep. Both of them got like a great pump. They felt like hard and it hurt. I don't know why. Normally my curls feel weird and I like don't even realize I'm doing them. This time I stood there, I did the curls and they immediately felt like hard on my muscles, which is always appreciated. I wonder how much this I called out. God, look at me. Can you believe that I look like this? It's insane to look this way. And I'm rocking the medieval peasant like hair now. I need a haircut so desperately, but the woman that I go to cut my hair, she's only available at like noon, like 3 days a week, and that's like when I wake up. And B, I don't like her availability. It's like trying to see Halley's Comet or some shit. So that's why the hair keeps getting longer. I don't want to go down the block and get like a fucking like generic like dad going to work haircut, which is what every other barbershop around here does. They cut your hair, they give you like default white male A, and it's like this doesn't work for me. Yeah, these felt great, man. And I like the straight bar. The feeling I got the first few times in my wrist is just completely gone now. So it just feels good doing these. It felt great. I know I'm swinging a little bit. I don't give a shit. Still felt good. Still felt it in my biceps. Still felt really nice. Did my bike, which was brutal after deadlifts. After deadlifts, doing the bike is utterly, like, it feels ridiculous to even do it. But that's it. That was today's lift. I know I'm not exactly changing, the world here, but this is the first step to get back into the swing of things, to get a full lift under my belt on a Monday, on a full day. I have work. I have so many things I have to do, but I got it all done. I'm making the video, weighed myself. I have tomorrow. I'll probably make a video about like my goals, my specific goals for the next like 5 weeks while my wife is gone, because I'm making like a separate schedule, like a bachelor life schedule where it's like I have much more intense and rigorous expectations for myself. And that's fun. I love doing stuff like that. I love setting up expectations that I don't know if I can meet. So that's what I'm going to do. That'll be very fun. Again, I know that these videos are like, especially, I'm far more conversational than I was. I'm also probably just, being a little over analytical. But this is all part of the process. When you do something in real life, when you have a real life, when you have a family and a job and professional pursuits outside of your job, and you have creative pursuits that are connected to your professional pursuits, and you have intellectual pursuits that are requisite for your creative pursuits, and you have a house to uphold, and all the other things that come with being alive. This is what it looks like to undertake something that takes a long time and that is relatively difficult. It's not 300 days of a perfect level of energy output that you saw maybe in my first few months or my first month or so, where I clearly was putting a lot more directed effort into those videos. Those things are going to come and go sporadically until I get better at planning things, until I have the time to plan those things. I want to lean back, but also I realize how out of focus I am. I'm not. My camera's so far away. This fucking child chair. You know it's a small chair when I look like I'm making it small, because I'm like, I should be in a child's chair. But this is what it looks like. This is what like real life looks like. There are dips and raises and valleys, and I will not force myself brutally into perfection that I know will inevitably slingshot me in the other direction. I won't do it. I've done it too many times before. I believe it's within anyone's power to dedicate themselves to something for 4 to 6 months viciously without fail and achieve complete and utter victory. But I also believe that after that 6 months, you will pay for what you did. Psychologically, physically, there will be a repercussion, and you will move into the other direction. That may be a cynical way of looking at it. I don't think it's cynical. I think it's just very human. And you cannot. One thing that people often leave out of the pathetic, wannabe, tough guy, militaristic, fake stoicism, disciplinary, run 20 miles every morning bullshit is that it doesn't actually work if you have people around you that need you and rely on you, and you have your own responsibilities, and you do anything other than, I don't know, work a 9 to 5 and then your brain goes blank. I am trying to do too many things simultaneously for me and there are far too many people that require me for me to go, oh, no matter what, 7 days a week I do X, Y, and Z and nobody can get in my way. That's not realistic. That's not real life. It's a egomaniacal, narcissistic, and arguably childish way of perceiving reality, and I have no interest in participating in it. I'm not impressed by extreme discipline whatsoever. I think that you could find the intellectual ability to mark off large periods of time and do something relatively rigorous, and my question to you would then be why? For what purpose? I find generally anyone who prides themselves on being able to do something physically tasking at length often, I don't I could not imagine something less impressive to me. There are pursuits in this life that require such a degree of intellectual and psychological greatness that the idea that somehow like running a track often is impressive, I cannot imagine it. I think that I think it's slop for dum-dums. That's just what I think. When I see like I understand people like him, and I have no problem against him either. But when I see like David Goggins running 25 miles and like 1,000 comments of people going like, bro, you got to get it like that, I see a bunch of people that I think should be turned into mulch. Can I say that? I see a bunch of people that shouldn't be legally allowed to vote. It's just I think that there is such an extreme narrowness in what people are exposed to because of how overexposed everyone is. With everyone effectively living on the internet, which is just the way it is. That's not something I'm bemoaning. That's how it is. People are actually forced, even even more distinctly forced into tunnels of thought, and because there's just too much. You can only have so many hobbies. You could only have so many pursuits. You could have so many things, only have so many things that interest you. And the easiest way to overwrite the difficulty of acquiring intelligence or wisdom is to find blunt, aphoristic versions of truth and kind of bash yourself and others in the head with those things. Discipline, honor. These are the types of words that those kinds of people use. And generally, if you peel that first layer up, there's nothing else there. And I am not impressed by that. The expectations I want to have for myself, whether or not I'm capable of meeting them, is hardly relative. But the expectations I want to have for myself is a degree of beauty and grandeur and grace and accomplishment and extreme, impossible, just excellence in the work that I create, that I wanted to like shake the foundations of my being. I want people to be in awe. And maybe I'll only ever be able to do something like that once, or maybe I'll never be able to do it. But those are the type of things that interest me. Not carving out a large portion of my brain to make sure I run 9 miles every day, and that's like the height of my accomplishment. Or then I make like a PDF and sell people like a diagram about how to, like, discipline yourself. It all ends up becoming like a multi-level marketing scheme where it's about selling pamphlets to other people that show how they can sell pamphlets. I don't know. I know I'm going off in a lot of directions here, but this is the problem. I haven't made a video where I could actually focus and talk about something that's annoying me or something I like in a while, so it's all kind of just like filtering through my mind randomly. I don't even dislike David Goggins that much, and I don't even mean to make all these comparisons because they're all blunt and haphazard. As the other issue with just talking at length is that if you have thoughts, no worries if you don't. Opinions are the consequence of thinking about things. I know, also frustrating. Passion is a consequence of believing in your own opinions, or at the very least, believing your opinions have some sort of merit. I have all of those things. I know people don't like them very much, and I know that especially on the internet, I'm supposed to present everything in a very... things should be presented with a modicum of research and study and directness and absoluteness. That's why people always are didactic on YouTube. They speak from a position of knowing. Or they're the opposite, where instead of knowing, they go, this is just my opinion, I don't know, because they're afraid of getting yelled at. None of those things matter to me. I am just going off the cuff, and so a lot of the things I say are going to be very sloppy. Sometimes I'll say something and I'll probably make it known to you that I believe this firmly enough to argue it with anyone, but generally when I'm talking, it's just I'm going off what I feel, and I do think I'm right, 99% of the time. That's just the nature of being a person. But I think I'm being so inundated with dudeish, stoic, discipline, faux militaristic, like how to grind, how to get this done, why you should wake up and do this at this time, that it's hard for me not to be overwhelmed with the sensation that this is the type of thing that appeals to someone that should not be allowed to leave the factory they work in. Just saying things that I know that, like, later on my brother is gonna watch this and be like, dude, you can't say shit like that. That's, like, not right. It's not that big of a deal. Shut the fuck up. That's the other thing. People always have... The funniest thing, I think... I don't know. I think it's just a matter of, like, if you hear someone say something and it makes you, like, mad and you don't know them and you're not having a conversation, I also think, like, you're kind of like a loser, Sorry. Like, don't get mad at people you don't know saying shit, like, while they're talking. Like, just be an adult. Like, I don't know. It's fine. It's not going to be the end of your world. I don't know. I'm very vicious and brutal, and really I challenge everything, and I that doesn't make me the most beloved person in the world, But I balance that with being, relatively naturally charming, in real life, maybe not on camera. Okay, I get it. I look like a tired old ghost right now. I don't even know what I'm saying. I look forward to tomorrow. make a video, have a bit of time for it, and maybe think of a fun topic to talk about. I don't mean to rip into normal people. I'm a normal person too, but I just think I'm. I usually don't use the internet that much, and because I have to be on YouTube quite a bit now, being exposed to people bothers me because I have effectively this much tolerance for stupidity. This much. Um, this much tolerance for incompetence. So I struggle not to just start foaming at the mouth whenever I look at my computer, which is why I don't use my phone often. I know this would be like driving. This may drive you nuts, but my use time on my phone is like 65 minutes a day. It's never more than that. Um, but there's also no point in any of the things I do. Even if I wrote a wonderful novel, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can be the greatest poet who ever lived, and you will inevitably be turned into like a footnote in history or like the name of like a sandwich at a deli in the Lower East Side. That's what you leave behind. So you only can do. There's no point in thinking about legacy or permanence. Like if you want permanence, become an architect and like I don't know, build a fucking giant building. But even then, it's like it's gonna get half knocked down. They're gonna rebuild it. Someone's gonna look it up on Wikipedia and realize the building isn't even the same structure as it was 200 years ago. Often that is you'll be traveling or you'll travel. You go, wow, this building is 600 years old, and then you'll see in little font on the corner, after a fire was rebuilt in 1895, and you're like, this shit's fucking 100 years old. That's not impressive at all. So, what am I getting at here? I love you all. Rise above. Challenge yourself. When you're angry, ask yourself why. And most importantly, when you're angry and you think you're right, probably stop yourself. I think in general, anger and dislike and frustrations are almost always a weakness of spirit. And I'm angry all the time. So don't confuse me. This is like me complimenting myself in some way. I guess also pick your battles. Pick your battles. Don't DM me because I said you should work in a factory. Who the fuck am I? Okay, that's enough. That's more than enough for a single day. Have an excellent evening, and I will see you tomorrow.